Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to Double Advantage, a D&D podcast where half of us have no idea what's going on at any given moment. It's complete and utter chaos, but guess what? We love it. I am your Dungeon Master, John, and along with me, like always, are my beautiful friends, so let's go ahead and get them introduced, starting with the one and only Mr. Blazing Torchic.
Hello everybody, my name is Blazing Torchic, and in this campaign I play the lovely Melon Sakudo, a male wood elf rogue who has some mystical knives which can do very cool things such as stab, throw, a little more stabbing, a little more throwing. You know, he's very good at acrobatics, you know, doing cool flips and all that kind of stuff. And overall just pretty much holds the team.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a big bragger, right? We'll see what some of the others have to say here in a second.
Nah, it's a team effort.
All right, yeah. Anyway, go ahead, check out all the links down below. Got some stuff going on, putting out some really nice live streams. I've only been able to get to a couple of them because time's a weird piece of shit when it comes to time zones and stuff. This is a UK boy over here. But yeah, up next we got BryceKrispie.
What's up, guys? BryceKrispie here. I play Volstag the Forgotten, the half-orc druid. You can catch me wild shaping into all sorts of critters. Was kind of playing the cleric role, but after that comment, not going to be doing that anymore.
Hey, man. Hey, you did that to yourself, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
That is true, I did.
Oh, I know Revivify? Oh, darn, I forgot. I knew it.
No diamond. I like this diamond. I'm not going to waste this diamond.
Yeah,
Anyway.
diamond, bring him back to life.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, I'm still going to bring you back to life.
Begrudgingly, though.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Yeah, but go ahead, check out Bryce's links in the description. It is currently November. Lots of hype.
November.
We just put out a video on Yanogu, the quote-unquote god of the Knolls, creator of the Knolls, however you want to see it. Go check it out. You can't see what he's holding up right now, but he's...
Yeah, I was holding up Yanogu.
Yanogu. But yeah, go ahead, check the video out. A lot of fun. And last but certainly not rewind. Last but certainly not least, special guest Renny, Texas.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You got Renny here. I am Chris Farley Amadeus, the level 5 human warlock. And he's fat, he likes to party. That's more or less all you need to know, but there might be a little more to him. Who knows, man? If you listen to the last episode, you know there's quite a lot to him, as a matter of fact.
It gets a lot deep. The last episode was a fucking deep dive. So go ahead, grab your tissues, and mentally prepare for the shitstorm that is the last episode. Excuse me, but... let's go ahead and do a couple announcements before we get started. Up first, continued collaboration with thelovebracelet.org, helping to fight against domestic violence. Go ahead and get yourself a beautiful bracelet by using coupon code ADVANTAGEDOUBLE for 30% off your purchase. And if you go ahead and grab yourself a bracelet, send us a picture on Twitter. We'll retweet that and the like. It's a lot of fun. And last but certainly not least, the artist of the show, Renny, Texas. Ayo.
Yo.
Carl Uber and Mitch Ninja. Jesus. Struggling today. Go ahead, support them. All the links down below in the description. Without them, the show would not be possible. So thank you to them. Okay, before we get started, anything else?
It's our 30th episode, just saying.
It is our 30th
Ooh,
episode. So we've been doing this for, well, I would say 30 weeks because this kind of goes up weekly, but we've had breaks in between. So we've been doing this for a long time.
This is the 30th week of campaign.
Yeah,
campaign though.
This is the 30th week that we have done this. So it's pretty crazy to think about it. But yeah, so welcome to episode 30, everybody, and let's go ahead and get into episode 30 of Double Advantage. In the last episode, our intrepid adventurers, known as the Lightbreakers and their newly found companion, Chris Farley Amadeus, the human warlock, decided to do a little bit of a team bonding exercise and head into the Silver Rock mineshaft, where a person known as Ruthern had gone missing not but a few weeks before. They traveled through, found a boarded up entrance, and Volstag tore it away with all his might to find this cavern filled with mucus-filled sacks and baby spiders, these blue and white phase spiders that would teleport in and out of the material plane. But they swiftly defeated them and made their way back into the city of Snowcaster, where they got a few armor upgrades, got a little bit of lore, some information on how to proceed with this next leg of their journey as they were traveling into the Underdark under not necessarily the order, but under the request and study of Arcanist Ossian Willowjin to inquire about what exactly is going on with Sakudo. And as they traveled, they spent a few days on the road, and eventually they came to the home of Volstag. At the base of the Keelmark Heights, this ramshackle shack, whilst worse for wear, still sturdy and relatively well made. It has withstood the elements up until this point, and there was a lot of reminiscent energy in the air. Sorrow, grief, sadness, happiness almost. And whilst in his mentor Hogan's, or surrogate father Hogan's, cellar, he found this crate that contained this blue and gray shawl and this golden runic carved crossbow bolt with dark black blood about 3 inches deep, and knew this to be the bolt that killed his mother. And there was a lot of energy in the air, a lot of conversation to be had, and eventually they realized a storm was coming, and they went into the house to bed down for the night. And Volstag, you sat down in Hogan's rocking chair after boarding up the windows, making sure the doors were locked. And as you, not necessarily lay there, but as you sit there, feet propped up, you begin to rock yourself slowly, and it's calming. A wave of peace washes over you, and as you slowly begin to fall asleep, you can hear the faint raindrops begin to hit the top of the roof, and you can tell that the storm is beginning to roll in, but the raindrops soothe you. They aid to the sleep, and eventually you begin to kind of enter the realm of dreams. But almost immediately as you feel your eyes shut, you hear this booming crash of lightning and thunder. And you wake up, you jolt awake, and you're not in the rocking chair. You're laying in your bed. And you look down, and you see yourself, only much younger. Maybe 4 or 5. And you kind of are in this cold sweat. And you look up, and you see over in the rocking chair where you were, Hogan sitting there, rocking slowly, currently whittling a piece of like cubic wood, very small. Has his knife in one hand, kind of peeling off chunks, kind of leaving these little, like, I don't know what they're called. I don't know, the little pieces of wood on the floor. Shavings, thank you. These little shavings on the floor, and you can hear that gentle rainfall still outside. And as you look to him, he turns over to you and he says, "What's the matter, boy? You alright?"
He's talking to little me, right?
He's talking to little you.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a voice for little me.
Hey.
The thunder. It's loud.
Does it make you scared?
No. At first, yes, but it's just a noise.
Yeah, it's just a noise. Come here. And he pats his lap, even though you're quite big for a 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Kind of picks you up. You know that there are things in this world that are part of the natural order, right?
Yes.
Lightning, thunder, rain. It's all part of the natural order. And so is fear. It's alright to be scared. It's alright to be worried. You see, lightning and thunder is to the world that fear is to the body. It's a natural response. And while You may not be able to control the thunder or the lightning. You can control your fear. Right?
Yes, I think I understand.
What are some things that scare you?
Strangers?
Why?
Well, we don't see a lot of people up here. I never know how they're gonna react.
You see, people are a lot like nature. Unpredictable. You can never tell what's going to happen on any given day. And you can't really ever tell what's going to happen with every person you meet. Some people may have great intentions. Some people may not. But you got a good head on your shoulders. And I know that while it may scare you, or the thought itself may seem scary, you gotta learn to trust other people. You know, and he kind of looks down, kind of averting your gaze. One of these days, I'm not gonna be around. And you're gonna have to find other people to trust, to take care of. We take care of people. And like I said, you can control those fears. But you have to actively try your hardest to do so.
Stare up at him and just give a little nod. I'm trying to understand what he's saying, but at a young age, it's like, I understand, but you only understand so much.
Yeah.
Once you get older and you think about that, it's like,
it kind of hits you like a wave.
Yeah.
And he just kind of ruffles the top of your head. All right, it's getting late. Let's get some rest. We got a lot to do in the morning. He kind of sets you down. You two walk over. He goes ahead and he snuffs out the candlelight, and the two of you bed down for the night. And as you're lying there, you hear one more booming crackle of thunder and lightning. But this time, unfazes you. And as your eyes begin to close, they wake. And you see yourself lying in the rocking chair, feet propped up, as the sun's kind of peeking through a little crack in one of the shutters. And you see your two friends currently, one asleep and one in the middle of his trance.
Kind of stare at him. Probably stand up and walk outside.
All right. You open the door. And outside, it's not cloudy, but there's still this morning dew and raindrop in the air. It's very faint. The smell is something that you just immediately remember. It's the wet grass and the wet wood of the exterior of the house, all coalescing into this one just pleasant experience for you because it brings so much emotion to you. But you can see that while the sun is covered up with clouds, it's a bright day. The storm does look like it's beginning to fade.
I'll walk out, check on the horses.
The horses are fine. The stable held up fine. While it was, in the process of being finalized, it was enough to maintain the horses. If you had more horses, it would probably have been bad. But
Okay.
it was just like the perfect amount to keep them safe.
Gather some of the pieces of wood that might still be dry that were under other pieces of wood. Bring them back inside and make sure the fire's still going good
Okay.
while I wait for the others to wake up.
That's easy enough. You go ahead and you kind of start shaving off little pieces, kind of remembering the dream you had, and just shaving these little pieces that ignite. And eventually, the two of you begin to stir awake, Amadeus and Sakudo. As you guys begin to exit your different forms of rest, you can see that Volstag is kind of down on one knee, currently tending to the fire, shaving off these pieces to keep it ignited.
Well, good morning, Volstag. Morning, Amadeus.
Morning, boys.
Volstag, I assume you've been awake already?
Just got the fire going, checked the horses, and made sure they were okay after the storm last night.
Okay, I assume the worst of it is past?
It looks that way. I can check here. I'll go ahead and use Druidcraft to predict the weather for the next 24 hours.
All right. You can see that while it'll rain for about half the day, eventually it will stop and give way to the sunset. So you get this little orb that kind of is the top half, kind of this gray
Cloudy.
with light blues, reminiscent of cloudy, and the bottom represents clear, and it's orange, representing that it will transition at sunset.
There you
that's
have
good.
it. A little bit of
That's-
rain.
That's good news. Hopefully, our little new companion, I'll just ruffle Quellen's hair of fur a little bit. Hopefully, he doesn't mind too much the weather.
You can see that he's already looking a little bit better. You can still see the ribs, but you can tell that in a safe environment with food and water, you guys are allowing him the opportunity to regain his strength. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
You know,
Well,
Sakudo, that
yeah?
new pup of yours, he's going to
Mhm.
be able to just live off rations. Maybe we
Yes,
should
I
go
figured as
hunting.
much. Yes, that seems like a good idea. We can certainly try that.
I say your knives should be able to take out a deer. I've seen you take out bigger.
That is true, and same to you, and same to you too, Amadeus.
Yeah. I perk up at the word hunting. Oh man, finally, some action.
All right, so you guys want to go out and do some hunting? All good. Go ahead. Make a survival check to see if you can successfully hunt down and track. Whoever wants to lead that can do it. If you want to assist, that person can have advantage. But somebody lead the charge here to see if you can start tracking and hunting something.
Got a
Seems
pretty
like-
good survival. I don't know.
Yeah, plus this is your like home place, so
Yeah.
I'll give
You
you
guys wanna-
assistance with it.
All right.
Let's go. How's today looking on the rolls?
Nat 20 sound good?
Yeah, nat 20 sounds...
Hey!
Nat 20 sounds really
Decent
good.
start.
Yeah, you guys, with the help of Volstag kind of immediately gets down. With the rain, a lot of mud accumulates here in the Keelmark forests. And immediately, you start spotting plenty of footprints in the mud, fresh footprints in the mud. And you begin to track, you begin to kind of get down on one knee and kind of examine the positioning, and you can almost immediately identify the footprint as wild boar. And you can tell that this is a big boy. The hoof print, pretty sizable. You begin to track down. Everybody make a stealth check.
Oh.
That's a 26.
I got if it's going to pop up.
18,
18 for
is
you.
what it says.
Hey, there it is. Okay, cool.
All right. Amadeus, what you got?
All right, 10.
Okay.
That's what I got.
10. So we got a 10, an 18, and a 26. Honestly, pretty well rounded. And so you go ahead. Volstag starts getting down, starts tracking, starts analyzing, starts whispering to you guys about, seems to be a boar, big one, and
Nice.
kind of hushes you guys down to stealth a little bit. And you guys begin to make your way. Amadeus, you almost step your foot into what looks to be a small puddle, but then it goes 5 inches deep and catches you off guard. But Sakudo is able to grab you and cover your mouth, and
Kind
gently
of look back at them. Shh.
Yeah, you look back at them and they're he's holding him and they're but you go ahead and he stops you from creating a large splash and falling down and possibly hurting yourself in the process as well. But you guys end up going down and you guys kind of enter this almost like an outcropping, but kind of where it's the center is kind of empty, but it's trees surrounded. And you guys kind of get behind trees and through the bushes, and you can see this relatively large boar. You can see the 2 tusks kind of coming out, the pig snout nose. Kind of got a lot of fur as well, kind of on the outside. But a chunky, very chunky animal. A lot bigger than some of the ones you've seen. Definitely not the biggest you've seen, Volstag, around here, but on the larger side, for sure.
All right. I'll look back to them, and I'm gonna pull out my net.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and use the net to grapple the boar.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, and because you are currently stealth and it doesn't see you coming, you will have advantage. So go ahead and try to make an attack with the net.
Okay. Let's see. Roll. Glad I had the advantage. 16.
16. That'll do it. So you go ahead and
All right, cool.
you kind of take the corners of it and begin to run and kind of grapple onto it. And you kind of wrap it up kind of like pig in a blanket. Anyway, you wrap it up and kind of have it. It's struggling. It's you kind of have it on its back right now, and it's kind of kicking and trying to roll over, and it's kind of flopping there in the mud. But you do have it for the time being wrapped in the net.
All right. I'll call out to Sakudo. You mind putting this animal down?
I think I get the gist of what's happening here. I'm assuming I get advantage on this.
Yeah.
It's grappled, right?
Oh, it's grappled. You have advantage.
And I will get sneak attack because advantage.
Technically,
I mean,
it's kind of fucked up.
Jesus.
It's kind of fucked up, but yeah.
You just gotta put it down.
Thanks for the advantage. That was a nat 1.
Advantage has saved us twice.
Yeah, advantage is saving your ass.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 5. That's a 2, 7. Oh, wow. Ooh, some bad rolls.
What'd you get?
Very low damage. I got 2 1s on the sneak attack.
Ooh.
And a 2. So that'd be 11 total for the first knife.
That's enough. It's a pig. It's a boar. It's dead. You just take it and immediately it goes limp.
Delicious.
Sakudo doesn't have actual knives.
No. Well, but to be
I
fair
do
though,
have them.
he didn't ruin the meat though.
That's
I do
true.
have my daggers.
Do you have actual daggers?
Yeah, I've still got both my daggers and both
Oh,
my
okay.
short swords.
Okay,
So I
cool.
can
So
just,
we can
pull them out.
do a what is it called?
Butcher.
Laying?
Yeah, there's a term for doing it in the field though.
Oh shit.
I'm blanking on it.
Hold on.
It's like
Deboning?
maybe it's
Cadavering?
I should know this. I play Red Dead. That's all I do.
yeah,
yeah. It doesn't say. It just says that you should do it right after you kill it.
Is it field dressing? Field dressing.
It might be field dressing.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's field dressing.
We'll go
That's what
with
it's
that.
called.
Yeah, field dressing.
I'm from Indiana. I should know this shit.
Oh man, I'm from California, man. I don't know anything about this shit. Anyway,
It's the middle of hunting season, so
yeah. So you go ahead and you start field dressing this boar. Go ahead. with the assistance of Sakudo, go ahead and make a survival check once again with advantage to see if you can remember how to cut up and salvage the meat.
21.
Yeah, that'll do it. You go ahead and you start remembering and harking back to those moments where Hogun taught you how to hunt and how to get the hide and how to get the meat. And so you're able to get a fair chunk of meat, only sacrificing maybe a little bit of the bits that maybe nobody would want to eat, but Hogun used to just take because anything is good. But you get all the meat. You get a lot of its hide. Pretty much most of it is usable. For that in which to use, you're not sure. But you do have it. And you have
Sure,
a
we can
relatively
sell it later on.
You have a reasonably sized hunk of all the meat.
Can I take its tusks as well?
Sure, yeah.
It did have tusks, right?
Yeah, it had
I
tusks.
just kinda...
Yeah, you can go
Okay,
ahead and take
I thought you said that.
gingerly take them out, kind of.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you do have that. So you can go ahead and write that down. You have boar meat, boar, not technically leather yet, but boar hide and boar tusks too.
Awesome. I will add those in. All right. I
Right.
look back at them. Let's go cook.
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty. Easily, with the guidance of Volstag, you guys are able to quickly make your way in and out, bending through the trees, eventually making it back to the home where you go ahead and you start prepping it up. You go ahead and pull out some of Hogun's like utensils, like his knives, his cutting boards, and you remember that you had grabbed one of his cookbooks. You kind of flip through it. You can see that there's a recipe for roasted wild boar.
Okay. Do I need to do anything to, like, do that?
Go
or-
ahead and... It all is materials that you can gather from around. It'll take a
Okay.
minute to go around. It requires some of the mushrooms that grow here, some of the like herbs that are naturally grown here that you guys never really cultivated, but you can just kind of find them growing around here, and then just roasting it on the fire. So, if just to do that and follow the instructions, I think you can just easily do that, especially
Enough.
since
All right.
it gives you kind of a step by step. You know where to find, like the basil and
The herbs and
mushrooms
stuff.
and stuff.
Okay.
You know where all that's at. Basically, you're just following the step by step, and eventually, it takes about an hour to really get everything cooked, kind of slow, but kind of while getting it right on the fire. And you two, Amadeus and Sakudo, it starts to smell Amadeus and Sakudo. It starts to smell really good.
Oh damn.
Like
Let's go.
it's starting to smell like something that is just gonna be extremely delicious.
It's like when you get that burger smell and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Like that first
it's gonna be a
hit,
good burger.
that first hit, and as it's done, you kind of take it off of the fire, kind of lay it on the cutting board, start cutting into it these kind of thick pieces of boar meat. Kind of lay them flat, kind of put some nice mushrooms that you had roasted over as well. And you guys go ahead and take part in an extremely delicious meal. Like, no joke, this is probably one of the best, specifically like pork dishes you guys have ever had. But it's definitely up there in terms of anything you've had.
You're gonna make me hungry now.
Hey man.
Yeah. man.
The last couple episodes I've made you guys either sad or fucking terrified. So let's go with
Now I'm hungry.
I'm hitting all the stages.
I'm okay with that.
But yeah, you go ahead and you finish up. You cooked a beautiful meal, almost as if Hogun had made it for you.
Yep.
You guys are currently sitting down after just finishing your meal. And what would you guys like to do?
Well, Volstag, that was quite an excellent meal, I'll say that.
Yeah, man. A man of many talents, you are. Whew, that was delicious.
Been a while since I've had a home cooked meal myself. felt kind of nice.
Yeah, I think the last one we had was Faye. Oh, you won't know them actually, Amadeus. It was just someone we came across in our adventures. Volstag actually
Oh.
saved their house from burning
I
with a
did.
tidal wave.
Yeah, I
Damn, I would love to see that.
felt like I almost ruined the house with that tidal wave. Thankfully, it kind of missed.
Yet always lucky. Well, next order of business. What should we do next? Should we go and find these mines as soon as possible, or wait a couple of days?
Well, and how? Okay, I have like the instructions, right, to
Mhm.
get to the mines.
Mhm.
Would I know about how many days travel they would be away from where we're at now?
Go ahead and make another survival check. I guess survival is not really something that's used very often, so I guess this is my one chance to kind of milk it,
Use it.
kind of milk it dry
Oh,
real quick.
it'd help if I didn't just click off my character sheet.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. Okay. Boom. 15.
Okay. You go ahead, you start looking at it, and while kind of reading all the directions, you start to kind of notice some of the landmarks that that man had mentioned, and you deduce that from your home right now, it'll probably be about a day's trek up the mountain to get to the mines themselves. But that he said that the mines were a little bit further up the mountain. That you can't really deduce. But you could tell it'll be about a day to get to those mines after, kind of getting up, because you're at the very bottom, and then getting up, and then kind of having to climb up. And that he said the path wasn't too well kept since it's shutting down.
I'll relay to them, it should be about a day, I believe, to get to at least to the mines. And maybe once we arrive at the mines, we can make camp and then attempt to find the entrance.
Okay. What time would it be right now?
After kind of waking up early in the morning, getting the fire started, going hunting, preparing the meal, eating the meal, I would say you're probably looking at around 2 o'clock.
Okay, so half a day's travel. Well, we could set off now and kind of rest halfway through the travel.
We could. Or we could leave first thing in the morning if we stuck around here and just played around, I guess. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do here, but it'd save us having to camp in a random part of the woods tonight.
That's true, would be more safe. My concern is if when we make it to the mountains, what are we going to do with the horses?
Hmm.
Because I'm assuming there'll be some sort of house there at the beginning of the mine shaft for someone.
Well, if we spend the day finishing that horse shed, we may be able to leave the horses here and reclaim them after. They'll have plenty of fresh water and we can gather some food.
I mean, I feel like that would work.
This is a relatively safe area. I'm sure there's some of Hogan's old traps down in the cellar somewhere that we could pull out just for extra protection around the stables.
Yeah, we could try that. What do you think, Amadeus?
I like it. Sounds like a plan to me.
Well, looks like we'll fix up that old horse shed then.
Okay. So you guys go ahead, and as a collective unit, I'm not going to make you roll for it. You got 3 people doing a lot of different stuff. What I will ask, though, is who is going to be fixing the shed, who's going to be getting the traps, and who's going to be making sure they have food and water?
I can do the shed. I feel like I'd probably be the most, nail and hammer person.
Okay.
Yeah, I can handle the traps. That definitely seems like something I'd be useful at.
And I'm the waiter. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So, Volstag, you remember the vision that Hogan had for the stable. And while his vision was grandiose and a little bit above your pay grade, over time you are able to create something suitable rather than extravagant like he wanted. But you kind of remember what he wanted and basically make like the Walmart brand version of what Hogan had envisioned. Sakudo, you go ahead and you go down into the cellar and you can find a boatload of traps, bear traps, squirrel traps. You can get the ones that kind of lure them like in the little circle and then tie them up and then hang them by the feet, or the ones that just clamp over the leg. You get a bunch of those. You go like nuts just putting a bunch around. Like, yeah, that'll do.
I'll just take a second to like look around the cellar a little bit.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, that's cocked. Wait, hold up.
It's cocked on the damn.
Hold up.
Yo, screenshot that. I've never seen a cocked die on
Both
D&D
the
Beyond.
3 and the 19 lit up.
They both lit up?
They
both lit
are!
up.
They are? What?
I got a cocked dice.
That's crazy.
Should I just
D&D
re-roll?
Beyond.
So typically when a dice gets cocked, you just re-roll, but part of me wants to give you the 19.
Nah, I'll just re-roll.
That's crazy. I've never
so
seen a
So
program.
funny.
A
Of course it's
program.
me.
A program fucking did that for you. That's hilarious.
So let's go.
Jesus.
That's funny.
Yo, can I take that 19?
Oh, that one? Yeah, nah, brother. Yeah. You just got super lucky and then super unlucky. You go around and you can see that there are a couple crates. I mean, this is one of those things where, like, with an investigation check, a natural one, like, it's not like you don't find anything. Like, there's stuff there. Like, you can see a couple of crates, a couple of papers that kind of have this bunch of scribbles in Dwarvish, which I don't think you can read.
Nope. Is there anything in Thieves' Cant?
There's not.
Oh,
With a
okay.
natural one, there's not. But no, you don't see anything. You just like you're looking through all the papers and like all of it's Dwarvish. You open up a crate and you could see that it's some old gear, like a bedroll and a couple of like flaying knives, not knives for combat, but like stuff to like. It looks to be like Fallout shelter type of stuff. Like if things were to have gone really bad, they at least had stuff to keep them stable. But there's nothing really in here. You find the traps and not much else.
Okay. I'll just take the traps and head up there.
All right, and you go ahead and just go nuts, just setting them all up. Amadeus, you just start gathering food, start gathering water, making sure all that's good to go. Kind of bring them over, set them down.
All right.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So after a
Sounds good. Am I
after a-
drinking while I do this?
if you would love to,
All right. Just a little bit, you know.
a little sippy.
Maybe offer some drinks to the boys. Not the wolf. Learned my lesson.
What are you sipping on?
The classic whiskey.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, taking a few sips while getting these horses fed. I mean, if you're feeding the horses, why can't you feed yourself?
Exactly.
But after a long, hard day's work, the stables are completed, the traps are set, and there is enough food and water, you presume, for about a week and a half. And if it rains, you took the funnel to where the rainwater funnels, and instead of funneling it towards the shower device, you funneled it towards the horses. And so you had time to build a trough, so that if more rainwater did come by, it would fill into the trough. And they have enough food to kind of sustain themselves. And so, yeah, you could even go ahead and speak to them to let them know about the situation if you were so inclined to do so, to kind of warn them that
Oh yeah, shit, I can still do that.
you might not be around. But that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and speak with Animal.
Okay.
All right, I'll just let them know that we will be gone for a few days, possibly a week. So don't eat all the food in one night.
They give you
And then
they give you gentle like those horse head nod shakes that they do sometimes.
I'll also go into the house and get a couple like of the animal skin blankets and kind of throw over each of the horses just to help keep them warm at night.
Okay. They kind of like nuzzle up against you as a sign of gratitude. All right. And as the sun begins to set and it turns into nightfall, you do still have a couple of the legs of the boar that you can cook up, make a nice dinner out of. And you guys end up eating, and you could see that Quellen is kind of like giving the eye, like wants some.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the kill was for him originally, so
It's
he
true.
can get some.
I mean, to be fair, there are 4 legs on a boar, and there
Right.
are 4 hungry individuals in this room.
Yeah, I could have used 2 legs, but I guess.
There's plenty of veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll toss him a raw leg.
Just
I'm good to town.
you kind of throw it, and he goes, kind of chomps it midair, begins to start gnawing on it. Kind of has one paw on it so that he can like pull the meat off without it like going everywhere. Digs into that happily. And yeah, is there anything you guys wish to do, or you can head to bed? That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll probably just head to bed since we gotta get up decently early, especially since we're going on foot now.
All right. So, the 3 of you. Oh, you're muted, by the way.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Wait, I would like to just skim through the book I have on the Kilmark Heights and see if it mentioned anything about a mine. Specifically, the...
The Pearl Blossom.
I have it written down.
Yes, that one.
Go
Pearl
ahead.
Blossom Mine.
Go ahead and read through it. Make an investigation check.
Okay, oh, that one went last time. Oh, it's gone even better this time. It's a 2.
Yeah, you're reading through. Nothing on the mines.
Yeah.
I'll just close the book, just put it back wherever I store it, and head off to trance.
All right. You go ahead and you settle in. Amadeus, what do you do as your nightly ritual to go to bed?
I like to think I'm a little buzzed right now.
Okay.
Feeling a little confident. I'd like to interact with Quellen, actually. Nothing too crazy. Just see how he's doing.
Okay.
Out of curiosity.
Go ahead and
Check what room he's in.
make an animal handling check.
All right.
Well, I am very interested in how this is gonna go.
He's currently sitting beside Sakudo.
I got another 10. That's plus 4, 14.
Okay. You go ahead and you kind of sit up, kind of feeling buzzed, feeling confident, feeling good. Just gingerly walk over, hold your hand out to him, and as you start to approach, his mouth like kind of starts curling. Not necessarily a growl, but definitely like a, all right, it's close enough. But as you get closer, he kind of like sniffs your hand and begins to lick your fingers as he smells the pork still on your fingertips.
Oh. It's just the pork then. All right. You think I could go in for a pet?
Make another animal handling check.
All right. High octane. 9.
As you go to pet, he kind of like nudges your hand out of the way and like brings it down so he can lick the other hand that has meat on it.
Oh, my. If only I wasn't such a messy eater.
But there is no like true malice right now.
All right.
He enjoys that you smell and taste like pork.
Only the ladies enjoyed that. Well, I think it's time for bed.
What a fucking good one. Yeah, all right. You guys all head to bed. A peaceful sleep. You guys get well fed and well rested. Having to not eat rations for the first time in a couple of days. But you do wake up early in the morning. It is a sunny day outside, a little cloudy, but nice warm weathered day for you to begin to make the trek.
All right. wake up. Trying to think here. So what do you guys think we'll need for this journey out of the cart? Which we really don't store anything in the cart, now that I think about it.
We'll definitely need some torches, because with a name such as the Underdark, Amadeus will have quite the problem seeing. I'd say that much. Plus, I think I'm out of oil. Let me just double check. Yes, I'm out of oil.
Well, I don't have any oil, but I do have a tinderbox and some torches.
Well, that can serve us well. Well, serve Amadeus well.
If it gets too dark, we may need it, so...
That's very true.
Well, I've got my rope. I've got some rations. Maybe if we happen upon a river, I can catch some fish before we bed down. But yes, I think that's all we have, so let's head to these mines.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
You begin to make your way. You go ahead and you board up the house, make sure it's safe, make sure the horses are doing well, kind of top off their water and food before you head out, and eventually begin to make your way further up the Keelmark Heights. So go ahead, somebody, make a... We're going to kind of fast travel this, because I know travel can be tedious sometimes, and in the recent days we've been playing out every day and stuff like that. So go ahead, and I will enlist 2 people to... So go ahead and one person make a D6 roll for the day to see how your travels fare.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 4.
4. You begin to make your way up, and it has been a while since you've had to walk very long distances. You have been relying on the horses ever since you got to Port Tinsley. And so for these last couple of weeks, you have been doing a lot of sitting. And so it's kind of tough on your legs. You get, tired. You have to start drinking some water. But you make good pace for people who haven't actively traveled in so long. And eventually you'll make it up and about, I would say, 6 o'clock. As the sun is beginning to set, you come up to this kind of wide, cavernous opening that has been boarded up with metal.
Well, I think this might be the mine.
Yes, I'm a bit confused as to why it's boarded up with metal. That seems a bit concerning, especially considering the last mines we were in.
Well, at least it's keeping whatever they wanted in, unlike that wood.
That is true. Hopefully. Is there any, markings on the metal at all?
You walk up to it, and there are no markings per se, but you can see kind of over on the side this old rickety it's like a metal sign that has been rusted due to weather over time, but it does say Pearl Blossom written.
Okay, and would I be able to tell how recent or how old this metal is?
The rusted metal or the metal of the wall?
The metal of the wall.
Go ahead and make a history check.
What's history? There's history. 17.
17. You can tell that this is a metal that has been created specifically to resist water. It has this kind of outer layer coat that makes it so that no rusting or oxidation occurs. So while the sign over there is rusted, this is not, and you could sense that it's relatively old metal. It just hasn't rusted. I believe 15 years.
Okay, well, it's not exactly old, but not new either. So we can at least gather that whatever is in here has not completely broken it down. So that's always good. I feel like we should be safe.
I was going to say, if I remember correctly, the kind man that told me where to find this mine had said the mine had been closed down for 15 or so years.
That would make sense then, as to why the wall's
Do
here.
I feel like he told me why it was closed down, but I can't remember. Bryce can't remember.
I don't
But
believe that he did.
okay,
But
I couldn't remember.
But the way in which you remember the conversation clearly, the way in which he described it seemed more of a natural cause rather than.
That's what I was thinking.
So it just seemed like maybe it went out of commission.
Okay.
Maybe they mined all that the mine had, and therefore was deemed useless.
I just kind of turned to Sakudo. I'm not too worried about giant spiders in this one.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's very unlikely that they'll be in this one, so... Yeah, that's always good. Hate those spiders.
Besides, we're camping outside, not inside.
True we are.
Just in case.
Alrighty, so you go ahead and you set up a camp. Right outside, I mean, this is kind of a flat land that they created so that they could easily, in and out of the mine, transport goods and stuff. So there is a nice, relatively flat piece of land. You can attempt to make a fire. There's not a lot of wood up here. But you can muster something, I'm sure.
Okay.
And so, go ahead and somebody roll a survival check just to see what you can muster up.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and you kind of look around and you do find like some pickaxes, some old pickaxes with wooden handles. You kind of just snap them over your knee. Take a chunk of those and kind of get a couple stones, create a nice fire pit. And eventually kind of just light it up with a tinderbox, and you have a nice fire for the night. You're currently laying on stone, which, you know, at least you guys got sleeping bags and tents and stuff, but it's still rough, but it's flat, so at least you're not laying on, you know, jagged rock and pebbles and stuff. You guys now are at your disposal, about 30 feet away from the boarded up entrance. What would you guys like to do?
I just kind of want to do like a once over and try and see if I can figure out which way to head towards the caves in the morning.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check to try and feel what direction.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Bryce, what the heck?
All right. You kind of sit on the ground, kind of cross-legged, kindergarten style, and kind of sit there, kind of put your hand directly down on the stone and hold your totem in the other hand, and you begin to close your eyes and think very hard and kind of try to form a connection with this land. This land is what you know. This land is what made you who you are. And you've always felt a special relationship with these mountains. And as you sit there, you hold your totem, you feel the ground. You guys watch as the totem begins to glow. This very faint golden color. Very faint. And you watch as each one of his fingertips that is touching the stone begins to boom, 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 just gently light. And as you pull away, the prints stay there. And you watch as they form together into one. And then form into an arrow pointing in the direction that you presume the mines to be, or not the mines, the entrance to the Underdark to be. And they fade
Alright.
slowly. You guys watch this all take place.
Just gonna a little bit in disbelief of myself, but
Well, that's a new trick there.
yeah, I feel connected in this area more so than anywhere else.
Well, you did grow up here, so I can assume as to why you feel connected.
Well, we've got an idea of where to go now.
That is true. Always helpful.
Did I get a chance to do any fishing on our little travel?
We'll say you found a creek, sure. Or like
Okay.
a pond of some kind. Go ahead and fuck, man, is there something other than fucking survival I can make you do? Because I feel like I'm really milking it right now.
I mean,
fishing we could do agility and then strength for like
Sure.
casting and
So
then
go ahead and
pulling
make.
in.
You know what? No. Make a nature check.
Oh,
I can do that. I can do that.
Make a nature check. Even though I think nature's stupid and should be wisdom.
That's okay. I got a 20.
A natural 20?
No.
No.
Just the 20.
I was like, dude, you can't just roll 3 natural. I mean, obviously, I can see it right there, but like, you can't just roll 3 natural 20s and we're not gonna talk about it. Okay, a 20. Yeah, you go ahead and you find this this relatively nice sized pond, and at first you're like, there's probably no fish in there, you know, and even then they're probably small to the point where eating them provides almost little to none in terms of nutrients. But you go ahead, you cast your line. And after just a little bit of waiting, you do catch a couple reasonably sized fish, about 5 fish about that big, with enough meat to sustain a person for a day. You go ahead and you kind of wrap them up in some cloth and kind of traveled with them in your bag for a little bit, trying to keep them fresh. And now you have your fire, you know your direction, you feel good, you feel happy, but you feel hungry.
I'll cook 4 of them. 1 for each, an extra for Amadeus, and then the 5th one I'll flip over to the wolf.
God.
All right, you go ahead, you flip it over raw. Once again, catches it right in his claws, begins to chew on it, begins to eat it, bones and all, just chomping into it. And you guys eat another home cooked meal, lacking in flavor per se, as you don't really have the herbs and the mushrooms that you had for the pork, but it's still good. It still feels like it's sustainable is what it is, rather than eating jerky and just other dried meats and fruits that you've been eating for the past, couple of weeks. But eventually you feel your stomach's kind of with that light warmth, kind of that sleepy doziness that you always get when you eat a good meal. And it's now time for watches. So who wants to take the first?
I'll take the first.
Okay. Second?
I can do second.
Okay.
I guess I'm going last. Nice.
Alrighty. So as the two of you
We know you like sleep.
Yeah, right. Sakudo, go for it. Perception check for me, please.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's 8.
With an 8, you kind of spend a lot of your time looking at Quellen. You can already see the difference in his weight, in his overall stature, the way that he sleeps. He sleeps now a little bit more open to you guys rather than more protective. He used to kind of sleep in like a ball where he would like wrap his head around, but now he kind of sleeps a little more open, a little bit more trusting, and sleeps a little bit more closer to you. And it's just kind of interesting how so quickly a bond was formed, and you still can't get over the fact that you can communicate. It's quite odd, and you start pondering your abilities for a little bit, and eventually kind of get lost in thought. You kind of look around, making sure everything's okay. Kind of like, okay. So, with that, your watch does come to an end, and you can go ahead and wake up Volstag.
Just nudge him nudge him a little bit and just, you're up.
All right. Stand up, kind of stretch, and get ready for my watch.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a perception check.
11.
11. You begin to ponder a lot of different things. You keep an eye out, and you've kind of gotten used to banking off of your ability to just kind of sense things in the back. And so you kind of start focusing on other things while knowing that something will catch your ear or eye if it needs to. But you start pondering and, being back at home and just all the warmth that brought your chest. But then you feel in a side pocket that bolt. You take it out. 3 inches of blood. Dark, almost black at this point blood. That just... There's something about it that... obviously you know what that something is, but there's just... Holding it almost feels wrong. Having it seems wrong. But you found it. And you ponder, maybe you weren't supposed to find it. But things happen for a reason. And so, eventually your watch will come to a close. You can go ahead and wake up Amadeus, who is currently fucking zoinked.
I walk over to him and just kind of smack him on the foot. You're up, big boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Alright. 16.
Alright. You go ahead and you keep an eye out. You're looking out. You want to keep these boys safe. You trust them. You like them. They're good people. You don't want anything bad to come to them. They're strong. And you know that they could protect themselves if something were to go wrong. But you just... I don't know. There's something that gravitates you towards them that gives you this inclination to want to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you feeling in this moment as you're kind of watching around?
A little groggy. Just thinking about my past,
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about the part of my soul that is now no longer in my possession. Wondering what the future holds. I don't like to think too much about it. So just trying to distract myself looking around.
Mm-hmm. And you do. And eventually you watch as the beautiful sunrise begins to occur right before your very eyes as you're up high in these mountains. And you can see a great distance. It's beautiful as the sun begins to peek through. And it's very rarely that you're awake to watch a sunrise. But it's very beautiful. And it gives you hope of a new day and what might occur. And eventually the two of you rouse awake and can prepare to set off.
Anybody need to do anything before we head into the hills?
No, I believe I'm fully prepared.
I'm prepared too.
Well, onward then.
All right.
Yes.
So, as you guys wake up, you guys would understand that today is the first day of the new month. Previously, we were in the month of Rajar, which is the month of Sakudo's birthday. But time has passed since then, and we are now in the month of Zykex, which is kind of pushing it into more of the fall months. I believe actually, Zykix is the start of the fall season, if I remember correctly. Let me go ahead and make sure of that, because I want to...
It's 4 months before the end of the year.
Let me check, because I honestly don't remember. Which is bad on me, but, you know. Okay, no. So, Rajar was technically the fall season as well. But yes, so Zykix, you're kind of in the middle of the fall season now. And then the next month, Valoteg would be still the fall season, but towards the end. But you would know it to be the first of Zykix on this very day. And you begin to travel through. And go ahead and make somebody else who didn't roll the first d6, make another d6 to see how this day worth of travel goes.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Want to show that I know how to use the site.
I like it.
Wait,
I like
do I know how to use the site? Yeah, I do. I bet. All right, 5.
5. Volstag, you had a moment with the land last night, and you felt like maybe it was just a one-time thing that would tell you the direction, and you would just have to head off in that direction. But there's something that is pulling you. Like, you know what you want to find, but you just are getting pulled, and you just instinctively kind of know where to go. You guys watch as if he looks as if he knows exactly where this is and has been there before. He walks with a purpose and leads you guys with a purpose. And eventually you guys come to this sheer cliff, about 20 feet tall. And you can see that at the top there looks to be a couple of different rocks that might be able to sustain rope.
I guess I'll pull out my rope and I'll hand it to Sakudo because I know he's probably a little bit better at this. You think you could get us an anchor up there?
Well, no promises, but I can attempt to at least.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay, here we go. Wow, that's a 9. Stop stealing all my good rolls, Bryce.
You go ahead and you throw it up, and it like catches onto a rock, and then as you tug, it like pulls like the rock like begins to fall. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you're kidding me. That's 14.
Okay, you're able to kind of dodge and roll out of the way, and like looking down on it like, oh, you son of a bitch. But yeah.
Right. New plan.
I do believe I have some pythons, which I don't know actually how you pronounce them, but off. It's like steel spikes with an eye, so kind of like climbing gear.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll
I have
get you
10
up.
of them. So 10 would get us up?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like climbing gear, right?
Right.
Is that
Yep.
what it is?
Well, it's not. It's just it's steel spikes which have an eye which we can put a rope through. So it's just like a big needle, really.
I was
And
gonna
we can
say, if
put
you
them.
do you think you could use them like 2 in a hand and kind of climb your way up there, then toss us the rope down?
I would say you would be able to, but probably only you would know how to use them. So you could get
Okay.
up there and then you could be the anchor.
Well, that seems like a plan.
So go ahead and just make an acrobatics check to climb up.
Oh, thank goodness.
Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Well, I'll take the one that has the plus 11 modifier.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Given I didn't need it. That's a 30.
You got a 30?
30 total.
Nice. Easily. You just kind of loop them through and you basically just grab them and just go and just like start rock climbing your way up, pulling your weight, and then doing like a forward flip on top. And you are now at the top.
And I'll just chuck the rope down for them.
Alrighty. And because you have a person anchor rather than a rock anchor,
String.
no need to no need to roll because you have somebody there that can anchor it down, and is not. There's no chance that the rock falls over. He's there. So you guys go ahead, make it up, and eventually you are at the top of that 20-foot ridge, and you can see this kind of like almost like a bear cave like structure where it's very wide and you can see into it. And you kind of make your way forward, and you can see that there's a plethora of rocks kind of crumbled and shattered into smaller pebbles. You can see a couple of rotting dead animal bodies, squirrels, and even some birds. It looks like it is this kind of grotesque smelling area that looks like something's been living out of this for a little bit. But you can see that in like one of the in the floor, like in the floor is this cavernous pit that seems to go down indefinitely.
Okay, I would just like to point out we definitely would have helped our little wolf companion up the cliff.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. I think it would have been fine to. Who's the strongest?
I would say Bryce. Oh no, wait, I'm the strongest.
Yeah, I was like, I'm big, but I'm not strong.
Okay, so we could say that you pulled them all up, then you went back down, grabbed Quellen, and then climbed up.
Okay, like they could have just pulled the rope up while I held on.
It would have, they would have, instead of you climbing, they would have pulled you. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
We could have, before, we got down,
wrapped
just
it around
tied...
the dog and just pulled
Yeah, and then once we all got up there, pulled them up.
That's funnier.
Just it doesn't mean you might not have liked it, though.
Hoist them up.
I can just imagine the dog just like, so pissed off getting hoisted up.
Just like, not like very stiff arms outward. Like,
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate every part of this.
Ears down, head down, tail down. Just...
Yeah. You're fine. He gets up there. He gets up there.
Okay.
And you see this cavernous pit that you do not see the bottom of.
I'll go ahead and take out a torch, light it, and just kind of toss it into the pit.
All right, you throw it in, kind of watch. Just begins to fall. Eventually, you hear it crash, and you can see the faint flame at the bottom. You, after counting and kind of doing the mental math in your head, you deduce about a 50-foot drop.
Okay. I got about... Yeah, I've got 50 feet of rope, so...
Is that like the only thing in this area? The cavern? Or the drop?
There's just a drop. There's a lot of animal carcasses. There are
Okay.
a lot of like kind of rocks that look to have been smashed via something. Maybe an axe, pickaxe, or something, but they are kind of in these little splinters. Pebbles.
Well, something's been here before.
Yeah, so I was told these caves up here, many things live in them, but as far as I was informed, it was mostly humanoid things, so I'm assuming they have some sort of intelligence that we'd be able to talk with them and not just fight.
Yes, that would be a good plan. So, I'm assuming we're just going to rappel down this hole then?
Well, that was my plan. How much... Do you have any rope on you?
Yes, I have around about 50 feet.
Okay. I feel like it's about a 50-foot drop, but just in case, I feel like we should probably tie the two ropes together.
Yeah, that does seem like it would be the safest option.
Okay. You go ahead and you tie a knot. You have a nice... you both know how to tie knots, so that's not an issue at all. You find, after a couple of minutes, a nice anchor that will allow you to descend safely. But how do you get the wolf down there?
That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Amadeus,
Yeah.
you want to fly the wolf down?
As long as it doesn't kill me mid-flight, I think I can do it.
All right. Can fly be cast on somebody else?
Oh, I
Well,
just
he
thought
can
like
just
he
assume
cast
I'm
on
just saying
himself
hold
and
on,
then
yeah.
hold the
Oh,
wolf.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of hold on. I want to see if you can hold on. I want to see if you
I
can just cast fly on the
Flying
dog.
wolf.
Oh no.
Oh god, the last
You-
thing I want to deal with is a flying wolf,
Oh,
man.
you can.
Watch
You
it.
can.
You touch a willing creature.
Oh, good lord.
The target gains a
Something-
flying speed of 60 feet for the duration.
Something tells me Quellen will not like Amadeus approaching him.
Well, he's either going to
To
have to
cast a
hold
spell.
him or touch him. So, like,
Yeah.
something has to happen here.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do anything to like help
I'll
get
leave
him
that up to
down
you,
right
Amadeus.
I'll do it. I'll give him the power of flight against my better judgment.
Okay. You go ahead and you gingerly walk over to him. He begins to growl at you, but kind of expects there to be a pork taste and scent.
Oh,
But as you touch the top of his head, you cast this spell, and you watch as he begins to just hover dog.
Hover
And-
dog.
And you
I can't
watch
believe
as he kind of freaks out, like he's stiff like how he was in the the hoisting, but over like the course of like a minute, like kind of begins to like understand what the deal is, and you just
Yeah.
now there is just a flying dog.
feel like he flies like how dogs
yeah,
swim.
Yeah, like the doggy paddle, but for
Yeah.
air.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah,
Uh.
the doggy airship, as I like to call it.
Oh my god.
And he begins to paddle, and he understands. So you basically are just like, you basically just point, like, this is where we're going, and there is acknowledgement. And so you guys begin to hoist yourself down. So go ahead, all of you, make acrobatics or athletics checks. I will let you decide that.
Oh, let's have no one falling down this.
I will do athletic.
That's a 20 from a 9.
Okay,
Oh my god.
20.
Ooh, that was terrifying. I got an 11.
That's
Oh,
all
I
right.
got 17. Let's
There you
fucking
go.
go.
There you go. Volstag, you're not the strongest person in the world, and you're more comfortable going up than you are going down. And at a certain point, like about 10 feet before you're about to be at the ground, you kind of lose your grip, and you kind of cut the inside of your hand against the rope, kind of. But you catch yourself right before you land, so you're able to just step and let go. But you did burn the inside of your hands pretty badly. Not enough to do any damage, but enough to be like, oh, fuck, that hurt.
I'm just gonna shake it off.
And the other two, you guys easily just make it down, and you guys watch as the wolf just hovers down, kind of doggy paddling as he comes down. Not face first, just like feet first, just swimming downwards, and eventually lands on the ground next to the three of you. And you are faced with this long tunnel, about I would say 30 feet wide and about 20 feet tall. It's pretty narrow. I mean, it's definitely not the most narrow cave you've been in. Silver Rock was pretty much like 5 by 10. But it was a very small cavern. But this is, it's relatively wide, but it's still, you feel the claustrophobia setting in. And you can tell that you cannot see the other side of it already. You have the torch kind of lit up, and even with your dark vision, can't see far.
Well,
I'd like to check the walls, see if there's any markings on them.
Make an investigation check.
That's a 6.
Nothing. The
Okay.
thing you do notice, though, is that it does look natural. It's the one thing you notice. It doesn't look man-made. It looks like it was naturally carved via something. It's not like clean and smooth. It's very rough. But yeah, no markings.
Well, seems like forward's the only way.
All right.
Who wants to lead the way?
I mean, I can.
All right. If you're gonna lead the way, I'm gonna go ahead and cast guidance on Sakudo.
Okay. So
Remind me what guidance does again? Is it a +4 or like a
it's
D4?
A D4.
D4, okay, yeah.
It's ability checks, yeah.
all right.
You
So,
only have to one ability check, but
it's a one-time use, but it's pretty good.
yeah.
So as you begin to make your way through the tunnels, go ahead and make me a perception check, Sakudo, to see if you can notice anything.
Won't need that guidance because I got a 19.
Okay. With a 19, you're looking around. Are you the one holding the torch?
No, I think Amadeus will be the one holding the torch.
Okay. So with kind of the faint light and your dark vision, you begin to travel for a couple of minutes. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. And it
Jeez.
continues. It
This
doesn't
is a long time.
It doesn't go down. You haven't reached a point where it starts to descend. It's just a tunnel. And eventually, at this point, I think, when did you guys find this entrance, would you say?
I don't know. We left first thing in the morning, so I guess how long did it take us to get up to the cave? Couple hours?
I'd say you guys got there at about 2.
Okay.
And you've been traveling for about 2 hours. So it would be about 4. And there's still nothing. No signs of life. No signs of... what's the term I'm looking for? For change in height. You don't seem to be declining.
Inclination.
Yeah, inclination. You see nothing. Nothing is changing. The only thing that is beginning to wear on you is that you've been traveling in this enclosed space for so long. But you don't see anything. Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
No.
Yeah, I was.
I
Gonna
would-
say, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So you continue to travel, and your mental clocks begin to acknowledge that it is probably about 8 o'clock at night. And you have still not reached anything. Nothing has changed.
So we've just literally been traveling down this and nothing
Yes.
has changed at all.
Nothing is changing.
Okay, Sakudo would like to try something then.
Okay.
I have 10 feet of string.
Okay.
So I would like to take 1 foot of that and make it in like a noticeable thing and just place it to the side or like in the middle of the cave.
Okay.
And then just continue on.
Okay. How much longer do you continue? It's about 8 o'clock.
I say we could keep going until 10, right?
Yeah, I'll go with another couple hours.
I would say if you push past 10, you're going to have to start making constitution saves.
Okay, so
I'd
yeah.
still call it a 10. Yeah.
You push it to 10, and you eventually begin to feel an angled downward decline. Very faint, but you do begin to feel as if you're going downward. And as you do, you kind of travel down that for about an hour, and about an hour in, so 9 o'clock, you can see that the cavern walls went from this kind of light gray to this light purplish color. And like it gradiently just eventually, like all of a sudden you were in purple. Just like a light purple, like a purple gray. And nothing else about it has changed. The tunnel size the self is the same, but the angle and the color has changed. And as you reach the 10 o'clock point, you begin to feel very tired and feel the need to rest.
Well,
looks
I
like
think
we're
this
sleeping
is
in the
great.
cave.
Yes, a bit uncomfortable, but not much we can do now. I don't think I could make it another few steps.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out 4 or 5 torches, light them, and kind of stake them around in a circle around us.
Okay. Go ahead, you do that. And you guys just are kind of sitting there, and all of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Because-
Also, when Volstag is doing that, Sakudo would set up a simple tripwire trap with the string and bell.
Okay, you got it. So go ahead, everybody make a Constitution saving throw. Because it's getting hard. It's getting hard to breathe.
I need to sleep.
It's not hard to
Ooh.
breathe, but there is a genuine lack of oxygen that you're not used to. And it's
18.
It's so faint, but it still affects you as surface dwellers. So 18, Bryce.
6.
Amadeus.
6.
Roll for Quellen. Just roll a d20 and I'll tell you what to add.
Let's do that. Oh, that was nearly in that 20. That's a 12.
Okay, hold on. Let me just grab this real quick. All right. So it was a 12?
Yep.
So it would be a 13 total.
Okay.
Sakudo, you feel very woozy, but you're able to kind of control your breathing. You've been in situations where you've had to kind of breathe very quietly and silently and hold your breath and control it. And so you've been able to this time kind of keep yourself contained. Quellen is okay. Seems to be breathing a bit heavier than normal to account for the amount of oxygen, but seems to be fine. Volstag and Amadeus, you guys begin to have a lot of trouble breathing. And it's not to the point where you begin choking, but Amadeus, due to your stature, it begins to get very difficult to breathe. And Volstag, you're a big, tall fellow. And so the claustrophobia for both of you is setting in hard. And both of you suffer a point of exhaustion due to just the elements wearing and tearing on you. As this is not only has it been shown that there are creatures down here that are very deadly, the elements themselves down here are not favorable for those who live on the surface. But you guys do end up sitting down. And so if you guys want to bed for the night, whoever wants to take watches in what order can do that.
I'll
go ahead.
2 watches because I only need half as much rest, so I could take a longer watch.
That's true. Never really thought about it like that, but yeah, because you only need 4 hours, so you could.
Yeah, because these two seem to be struggling, so I'd probably just want to take a longer watch.
Okay.
Tell
All
you
right,
how-
I'll take first watch then, just because.
Okay.
I guess.
Like, you guys can take like half the watch time. So like, you two could do
Yeah.
half the watch, and then I do double watch.
That's true.
Okay, that works for me.
Alright.
Okay, so who wants to do the first of the double watch?
I'll do it. First of the half watch, right?
Yeah, first of the half
Yeah.
watch. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception
Yeah.
check. Just very simple.
Is that a disadvantage since I'm suffering from exhaustion?
I think. Let me go ahead and check.
I mean, like, I put my character sheet to a point of exhaustion, but I don't really see.
Let me check real quick. Exhaustion. Where are you? Exhaustion.
Oh wait.
Yeah, disadvantage on ability checks.
On ability checks.
So
Okay,
yes,
cool.
You would have
Ooh.
disadvantage here.
All right. Well, that's
Yikes! Not
it's
good
perception,
for-
right?
Perception, yeah.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, you halfway through, you just like pass out due to the lack of oxygen, and eventually you like wake yourself up and you're like, oh fuck, and you kind of just like rapidly tap Amadeus.
Yeah.
You're up. Then back.
Just back out immediately.
Yeah.
So
So I also roll perception with disadvantage?
yes, you do.
Alright. What? Oh my god. Two natural ones.
I
You
have
got some crazy rolls
I've
today.
never seen that shit in my life. Lo and behold, two natural ones. Okay. He wakes you up. He taps you rapidly. You wake up and immediately fall back asleep.
Hell of a watch.
Just immediately. And Sakudo, at this point, your trance is up. So you have gained a long rest. So you can mark that. You have a long rest now.
Nice.
But you wake up, or not wake up, but you kind of exit your trance, and you can see that they are both asleep.
Well, that's reassuring. Can't exactly blame them, though. They seem to be out of it a lot. Well, not much you can do. And I'll just go ahead and do my watch.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I don't have exhaustion, so no disadvantage.
Nope, it's just a straight roll.
19.
All right. It's not hard to keep track here. You can only be compromised from two angles. So just look. It's like crossing the road. Just nodding your head back and forth, making sure everything's okay. You've been in these tunnels for hours and nothing showed up. And you just sit there and it's the same feeling, except you're not walking. And you don't know what time it is per se, but you do feel as if it's sometime in the morning. And you watch as their internal clocks wake them up. And the both of you get your long rest. Your exhaustion point should be removed. If it's not, you can remove it because a long rest gets rid of exhaustion. And you wake up to this new, well, days are irrelevant. You wake up to this new existence. What would you like to do?
I mean,
Well,
I guess pick up the torches and head on deeper. It's the only
Yep,
thing
I'll
we
just-
can do.
Okay.
wrap up the tripwire trap.
All right, you go ahead and you preserve that. So it is now the second day of Zykix, or at least you presume that it is. And you begin to make your way deeper and deeper into the tunnel. And are you guys stealthing?
No.
Okay.
No,
So who's leading the charge here?
I would be leading the charge because I believe them two would still be struggling at this point.
No, their exhaustion gets recovered after a long rest, so they're fine. But who knows how a day's worth of travel will affect their bodies?
Okay, so I'll just head up. Seems though they didn't seem to be doing too good at the end of last night.
Okay, so go ahead and make a perception check to kind of keep an eye out. I mean, at this point, you're only compromised from one angle, but
Oh. Man, perception is my thing today. 22.
22. As you begin to make your way, about 3 hours into the travel, you, Sakudo, due to your active listening, and you, Volstag, due to your passive perception, begin to hear what sounds like metal on rock. And it's just faint as of right now. But you can't exactly tell what it is. All you can tell is that there is the sound of metal pinging against the sound of rock.
As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay. So all you guys have +10 to stealth.
Yeah, I would definitely start stealthing at that
okay.
point.
Everybody make a stealth check.
So that is an extra 10
19.
onto the roll, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's 40 for stealth.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's the highest I think has ever been rolled.
I can only go one higher.
Holy shit. Okay, so we got a 40, a 19, and a 14. Yeah, with the 40, I don't even know how to fucking roleplay a 40 on stealth.
Oh my god.
You're basically like non-existent.
He's gone.
Yeah, he disappeared actually. He's just gone. No, but in all seriousness,
Will we need to do one for Quellen?
yes, he also has the plus 10.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's very good.
You got to keep track of that now because
Thank goodness for that plus 10, that was a 2. Would he have a natural
Well-
modifier?
for Dex, his
yeah.
natural
What's his Dex
modifier is
Was it maybe
plus
like
2.
3-ish? Plus 2. Okay, so that'll be 14.
Yeah, 14's fine. Especially with the 40, you're basically what you're doing as a 40 is you're like making sure everybody is like you're like controlling everybody's movement, like making sure that everybody is staying in the spot that they can. And so, do you guys begin to move closer?
Yeah.
Okay. As you begin to move closer, with a 40 stealth, as you get closer, Sakudo, and especially with your perception, you can see that there are currently 3 Duragars, or Grey Dwarves, that are in the process of putting war picks back on their backs. And you can see that the 3 of them are kind of in this huddle. Not a huddle, but kind of like in a V shape. And you can see that there are bodies on the floor. And these bodies are very unique to you. They are creatures that look to be created from fungus. They look to be like mushroom people. You've never seen these people before, and you don't know what these people are. But you can see that they are currently on the floor, and these dark, gray dwarves have just sheathed weaponry.
Okay. Oh, that's very nice. Right, so they can't see us.
No.
If
They're
they
distracted.
would we be within their viewing range?
If they were to turn around, potentially.
Is there
But-
anything we can all hide behind?
There are a couple of rocks, yes.
Okay, I would like for all of us to hide behind those rocks. I have a little plan.
Okay. Do you tell your friends?
I'll just turn around and signal to the rocks, and then kind of
Okay.
action for them to hide.
You can also do mental link. Just let you know.
I will not do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's just go hide behind rocks.
Okay. So Volstag,
Mhm.
you are suddenly told to get behind a rock.
Okay.
And you kind of hide over to the side. And you guys kind of are all panicking in this order of things. And so Volstag, you go over to one side, and you kind of are in that with Quellen. So you kind of pull Quellen with you, and Amadeus, you end up with Sakudo. And you don't really know what's going on, but you can
Alright.
inquire.
Yeah. I would like to inquire, because I'm a little lost. Little fucking nervous. Can't lie.
I'll not say anything, but I'll just tap on my head and then just kind of point over towards them.
Alright.
And I would like to initiate Psychic Whispers with 3 Durgar.
Okay. Is it with willing creatures?
Nope, just creatures I can see. They can intentionally stop it, though,
They can intentionally stop it.
if
Okay.
they wish to.
If they wish to.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's 4 hours, right?
Okay. What do you say to... And can you speak to all of them at once?
Let's have a quick read. It doesn't say anything about speaking all at once, but it doesn't say I can't.
Okay. I'll let you speak to all of them.
Okay. I'll just go. Are you hostile?
Okay. You watch as they begin to like panic, and not panic, but like freak the fuck out. Begin to look around. You can see that some of them take the weaponry out, kind of looking around very skeptically. Volstag and Amadeus, make perception checks for me.
My passive perception play into this? I mean, I got a 17, but
I mean, the thing with passive perception is like this, like you're actively trying to look
okay,
for something.
okay.
You know what I mean? With that, you see the Durgar as well.
Okay.
Amadeus,
Yeah, I got 17 on that.
you also see the Durgar because they are surrounded by torchlight. Like,
All
It
right.
seems to be torches that are on the ground but burning still, not like held, but like on the ground. So you see them. All of you see them now.
We also see the bodies of the dead.
With
People?
with 17s, yes. You would see them. Both of you would see them. It might be a little bit harder for Amadeus because of his lack of dark vision.
Right.
So I would say Amadeus probably doesn't see the bodies.
Okay.
But I would say Volstag,
Yeah.
you see the bodies, and make a history check, Volstag.
And
10?
Yeah.
You faintly recall potentially this being a creature that exists in the world. You don't remember the name of them, though.
Okay.
So yeah, all of you can see them, but only Sakudo, Volstag can see the bodies. Amadeus, you can't see the bodies.
All right. But I do have a general inclination that the scenario we're in is not good for us. Or at the very least, it could lead to something incredibly bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to give something a shot, actually. I'm going to put my charisma to good use because I know for a fact that, especially myself and Volstag, that we can't do well in an environment like this. Like, our group could easily be taken advantage of right now. So I would like to use disguise self and turn into one of the Durgar, or at least something of a similar look, you know? Clearly their species.
Okay. Yeah, like a non-generic. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
you don't want to turn
that's
into
a good
one
way
of
to
them.
put it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, like, what the fuck? That guy looks just like me. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and you guys watch as Amadeus's form begins to shrink down to the size of a gray dwarf and thin out. I mean, dwarves are still stocky, but thin out. And is this kind of ragged and rigid Duragar.
Question, how tall are the Durgar?
They're about 4 foot. They're dwarves. They're like regular dwarves. They're basically regular dwarves just with gray skin and live in the caves.
Okay, so seeing Amadeus do this, I will follow suit. And also transform into a Durgar with my boots.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna sit there and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. All right, Amadeus. What do you do?
Oh, I see that Sakudo is transformed as well. I think we should just go in together and try to play things out.
Okay. All right. So, the two of you gingerly make your way out into the open area. What do you do as you begin to crest into their lit light?
My hands up, show I've clearly got no weaponry.
Okay.
That they're not.
Yeah. I'll do the same.
Okay. And you watch as they clock you. Some still have weaponry out due to the psychic link that they have all ended due to hatred of the fact that something probed their mind. They still have weaponry. One seems to have put it back, but 2 others are gripping on. And as you approach, you watch as one of them, a little bit beefier than the other 2, presumably the leader of this little clan here, steps forward, kind of has the war pick like laying across the two shoulders, and walks up and says in Undercommon, which Sakudo, you do not speak, but Amadeus, you do speak. I believe.
Oh, jeez.
So Sakudo, what you hear is something heavy and just deep. Something unlike any language you've heard on the surface world. But Amadeus...
Okay. Hearing this,
Mhm.
I will expend a Psionic Energy die and cast Psychic Whispers again with Amadeus and Volstag.
Okay.
And also Quellen.
Okay.
And I'll have this for 4 hours, and I'll basically just tell Amadeus to translate what they're saying to us.
Okay. Amadeus, you watch as this one comes up to you, and in Undercommon says, "Who are you, and what do you want?"
All right. Well, I think it's time. I let him know that I'm a fellow Duragar, and I am being... Yep. I'm being held hostage by a half-orc and an elf. I let them know that if these 3 other Duragar work together with me, we can safely rescue me. They plan on doing terrible things to myself and fellow other Duragar, but if we work together, we can kill them.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. With advantage, because you're speaking in Undercommon,
All right.
and you're disguised as a Durgar.
All right. That's 26.
Oh, fuck. Okay. You watch as the beefier one, kind of ponders for a second, looks you up and down. If what you speak is true, how can we trust you?
All right. Well, I know exactly what I'm going to do to prove it, but first, can I use this psychic link to communicate with Volstag and Sakudo?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot communicate with Volstag, but you can ask me to relay a message to Volstag.
All right. I think I'll do that. I think I'll elaborate on what my plan is right now.
Okay.
Because I could tell Sakudo is probably incredibly confused.
Yeah, he has no idea. You just are hearing this back and forth conversation, and none of it is landing
Actually,
for you.
could I just say this out loud because the others wouldn't understand this, like the Duragar?
That's true. The Duragar wouldn't. The
All
Duragar
right.
don't speak common, so you could
All right.
say it in common.
I'll relay my plan in common. As you boys know, I lost someone special to me. Someone special to not just myself, but a whole city of people. And I sold my soul to a higher power to bring him back. I told you that I didn't know what this higher power wanted, but when I said that, I lied. I knew exactly what they wanted. They wanted me to sacrifice the lives of others, enough to equal the power of the one that I lost. My father figure that I lost, the most powerful man that I've ever met. But in order to match this power, I'd have to kill perhaps an entire village of people, and I couldn't bring myself to do something like that. I knew I had to minimize the life lost somehow. Perhaps I could have killed an entire adventurers guild. And that was my plan for the longest time. At least it was. Until a half-orc and elf walked in with immense power, telling their tales of their journeys, highlighting that power. I challenged them to a fight in the guild, and they showed me that power firsthand. My plan changed that night. I can't bring myself to kill many who are weak, but I can bring myself to only kill 2. I think you know where I'm going with this, boys. I'm sorry. It's just business. I prove my loyalty to the Duragar with Eldritch Blast. Not towards Volstag, not towards Sakudo, but to Quellen.
Okay. Make an attack. With advantage.
Alright. So actions, Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Advantage.
Yep.
Roll. 27.
27 will indeed hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a 4.
Okay. You go ahead and you hold out your hand in Duragar form. Blast out this beam of eldritch energy towards Quellen. And it hits the wolf. And you watch as the wolf crumbles. Not moving.
I turned back to the Duragar. Is that enough proof?
I believe so. Let's roll initiative. And you guys watch as Quellen's body goes
Almost
limp
18. I got a 7.
over in the corner. So let's
22.
go ahead. Let me bring out the battle map because that's necessary at this stage. This is going to be a longer one, folks. So just stay tuned. It'll all be okay.
Now, this is interesting. I just want to see. Can you see what I've just done, John?
I have not, but
Okay.
it'll...
That's interesting.
Okay. So here we go. Here's this. Let me go ahead and gotta fix some settings here. Okay.
Now, this is going to be interesting.
Okay. So, as you guys watch the Duragar form of Amadeus shoot a beam at Quellen, this is what you guys see. You guys see these 3 Duragar who you, Amadeus, moved probably to about there, and you, Sakudo, moved to probably about there.
Why
And-
can't I see the map?
Is it not showing you?
There it is. Nope. I got it.
Okay. So, with that, you guys are now standing there, and there. Volstag, you probably would have moved up to be around here.
Okay.
Kind of trying to hide behind this rock. Probably right there, actually, is better to hide behind the rock.
Okay.
Quellen would be right here in this space next to you.
Okay.
Currently limp and lifeless. Or at least presumably lifeless. The 2 of you are here, and the Durgar would have stepped up like this. Kind of a V formation. And so with that, okay, so what did everybody roll for initiative? I'm so terribly sorry. I have
Ooh.
I got a 7.
this all working.
I got a 22.
Okay, let me pull out my own dice here.
I almost had a 20.
Okay, so let me go ahead and do this once
Ooh,
more.
what did...
Yeah,
There we
hold
go.
on.
Okay, so
Ah, nice. I got a 1.
Okay.
Awesome.
Ooh.
all right, so what was
I
it?
clearly
it
don't
was,
feel good about this.
It was 7, right? For you,
That was what
Volstag?
I got. Yeah.
All right, Sakudo, what did you get?
22.
22. What the hell was that? Sorry, something like knocked on my window or something hit my window. 22. All right, let me go ahead and roll for these guys. Okay. All right. Okay, so you go ahead, and as this all happens, it's just a blur of emotions as things begin to manifest. And Sakudo, you watch as Amadeus just shoots a beam at Quellen, knocking him out cold. What would you like to do as it's your turn?
I'm going to do a little thing, leave this up to chance. I'm going to make a wisdom saving throw. Natural 20, okay.
A natural 20 on the wisdom save?
Yes, so I am going to understand that this was part of his plan. I hate it, very much so, and I make that very much clear through this, through the Psionic Whispers. It's just like, you should not have done that, Amadeus.
It is what it is, man. It's just business. I didn't want to do it.
I would like to just turn around and face the wolf, and I would like to hold an attack action. If anyone tries to attack me, I will hit them back.
Okay. So you go ahead.
That'll be my turn.
You go ahead, you hold your action, just looking at the wolf. And you watch as these Duragar, after being very convinced, are now, Amadeus, under your control. So,
Excellent.
what would you like them to do as they fully believe that you are in danger and would like them to do something? As of right now, they think that Sakudo is a Durgar.
All right.
So I'll just let you.
I'd like to
keep that in.
command the real Duragar to attack Sakudo and show who he really is and what he really is.
Okay. So
Glad I helped them attack.
you watch as this one steps up right here. This
Alright.
one steps up right here. And this one steps up right here. This one can probably get around here.
Nice.
Because, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we have one attack coming at you from the main Duragar. And this is going to be with the war pick that he is holding. He is going to go ahead and miss you with a 6. But you get your reaction to attack back. So go ahead and make that that attack.
How would I get the reaction to attack back?
Because you held your action for when somebody attacked you.
Okay.
So that activates because they just attacked you, so you get to do it immediately afterwards.
Would I be able to hold it for another one?
What do you mean?
Or, like, keep holding it?
I mean, you can keep holding it on your turn, but once you attack right here, it'll be fine. But if you want to choose to not attack, you can, if that's what you're asking.
And then I'll get to attack later on.
And you can attack until it's your turn again, and then it gets wasted.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll keep holding.
Okay. And this second one is going to hit you with advantage, because you're flanked by it. And that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right, and you are going to take... where are my dice? This is difficult. You're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you just get whacked upside the shoulder blade. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to keep Disguise Self active. You need to roll a 10 or higher.
Yep. Oh, okay, no. Hold up. This has not just happened twice.
No shot!
Oh my.
No way.
No.
Oh shit! It is kind of pointed upwards, actually.
It is more on the 6, I will say.
It's kind of. I'll let you do it again. It's kind of cocked.
Okay. I can't believe that's happened twice. I thought it was about to go straight onto a 6 there. It's
Okay.
11.
Okay. With an 11, you do maintain your Durgar form, but you do take those points of damage. You can choose to expend your attack here if you would wish.
Nah, they really believe him. I'm just gonna go straight for him. Keeping the Durgar form, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight for him.
Okay. You go ahead and you manifest the blade in Duragar form, and go ahead and make an attack roll.
25 to hit.
That's gonna go ahead and hit. Roll damage.
Oh my word, 7. I need to roll better on damage.
Okay. And you watch as you form this blade and stab into the Durgar. And there is this face of recognition. But you are not caring right now. You're just stabbing into people. And that's the extent of your held action, which leads it to the second one to attack you with advantage. That is going to be a... Hold on. I forget what the plus is. Give me 1 second. That's an 18 to hit.
Oh, 1 above my AC.
Okay. And this is going to be 9 points of damage.
Uncanny dodge that to
4.
4 or 5.
I think
Okay,
it's 4. No, it might be 5.
think it's 5. I think it's
Go
the
5.
highest.
You round up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
5.
round up.
5
Okay.
and con saving throw.
And con saving throw. Yes.
That's a natural 20.
You're fine. It stays up.
Okay.
All right. Volstag.
Oh, me?
Yep. You.
All right. I'm pissed.
I bet.
I step out from behind the rock.
Which way? Over towards the body of the wolf or the other way?
Towards the body of the wolf. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you continue? Or do you just kind of stand over the wolf?
Yeah, probably stand over the wolf. Let me check here.
Okay.
What's my range? Oh yeah, I only need 120 feet
Mm-hmm.
of visual. Okay. Sakudo, you're dexterous, so a little sorry about this. I'm casting Erupting
Oh.
Earth on all of that area.
Fucking erupting earth? Oh shit. Okay. All right. What? Remind me. Go ahead and just read it for me so I can recall.
All right, choose a point you can see on the ground within range, which is 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
A 20-foot cube.
Okay.
So I think that
So,
should cover.
20-foot cube.
Yeah, that definitely covers.
Is that
Yeah,
is that like this, where that's a total of 20, or does it mean?
so that's
like
how I'm
this.
kind of wondering.
Because
Because it just says in a 20-foot cube centered on that point.
let me look up let me just look up D&D 20-foot cube, because I don't know if it means 20 feet per side or 20 feet total.
See, yeah. So a cube, I guess the way.
I think it
Okay,
means 20 feet per side because
yeah.
like
I think it's
spheres-
20 foot each way.
The cube size is expressed as the length of each side.
Okay.
Okay,
so
yeah, okay.
So we're rocking with
So yeah, it would be
this.
that.
So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and just do that real quick. All right. Now we got this, which will get all of them
Oh yeah.
if you center it on Amadeus.
Oh yeah.
Which you can't technically center it because there's no
Right.
center, but that right there will get all of them.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
You better hope I.
All right.
Pass
So
this
what
dex
does
throw.
everybody need to do here?
They have to. Each creature in the area must make a Dex save throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay. So we'll start with
Of 15 or higher.
Sakudo.
Okay, so I need a 7 or higher. That's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
natural
yeah.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so so we'll do all the rolls and then we'll go through it. Amadeus, Dex saving
Yup.
throw.
You better fail.
Let's fucking go, baby. 16.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Passes by 1.
Okay, and I will do the Duragar now. The first Duragar, which is the leader, got a natural 1. The second Duragar, which was the one that got attacked, is a 5.
Yes.
And the third Duragar, which I believe didn't attack but hasn't been hit yet, that's also a 5. So fuck
Okay.
me is what that means.
Okay, so everybody that failed. Hold on.
So it's only
is
the Duragar.
taking. Yes, the Duragar are taking 3d12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god. Okay, roll it.
Yeah,
We take half of that.
that is 21 points of damage.
So that'd
Okay.
be 10 for us or 11?
Yes,
10 or 11.
Okay, yeah.
you are
yes.
all now in difficult terrain.
Yeah, so it'd be 11 for you.
Okay.
Okay.
You are getting me low, man.
Okay.
I know. So I still have bonus action.
Yes, but
I
as
believe?
you cast Erupting Earth, it just
Okay.
it's just it's not even like an earthquake. It just like it looks like these giant like vines begin to just punch through the surface and just causing eruptions to just rock getting flown about. Amadeus and Sakudo, you like kind of brace yourself as things come up. Little bits of the rock like cut your face and your neck a little bit as they just kind of shard through you. And you watch as these Duragar, while we're grouped up, it kind of like got hit with this one vine that came through. You watch as the vine kind of punched up. It's basically like, it looks like rock. It's rock, but it looks like a vine. It just punches through. And you watch as it pierces through one of the Duragar up into the ceiling and comes back down, and that Duragar falls under the ground, just bleeding in a pile of mess. That thing's dead.
Oh shit.
And you watch as the other two are very gravely injured. And Amadeus, it is your turn.
I want to use my
Oh, I'm
bonus
sorry.
action.
I'm so sorry. Yes, you did say
You're
bonus
good.
action.
You're good.
You're right.
Yeah. Bonus action healing word at level 3 on Sakudo.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, go ahead. Roll the heals.
Okay. Let's scroll. Cast.
Oh, thank you.
All right. How much is the heals?
Well,
Oh, con saving throw. I need to do that as well.
Oh, you did. You're right. You are right.
That's a 9.
ooh.
Okay, it drops. And the
That's
Durgo
fine, I
watch
was-
as you are in elvish form, thus confirming Amadeus's words. So,
Not that it's gonna matter much.
all right. Go ahead, and Amadeus, it is your turn. You watch as Sakudo hesitated for just a moment, realizing what you had done to Quellen. And you can see that one of the Durgar has been killed rather brutally by Volstag out of pure anger. And you watch as the two other Durgar are on the last leg. What would you like to do?
Like the Eldritch Blast the shit out of Volstag real quick.
Okay. Roll it.
Yeah, man. All right, that's 16.
It just hits.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
7. All right. You take 7 points of damage. And I believe you have an ability that allows you to push the creature 10 feet back whenever you hit it with Eldritch Blast.
How much was the damage?
7.
7.
Could you correct me if I'm wrong and go to your sheet and check and see where it says, I think it's Repelling Blast is what it's called?
Yeah, he definitely does have that. I remember. Yeah, Repelling Blast.
So it's 10 feet back, right?
Yeah, 10 feet.
Volstag, he kind of just pushes his hand out and this beam of energy pushes into you and you try to fight it, but it like pushes you back 10 feet. You kind of, your heels dig into the rock, kind of tear through it as you get pushed backwards against your own will. And so with that, Amadeus, what would you like to do?
Question.
Oh, yes.
So, is that it? Like, maybe not.
What?
I thought so. I have absorb elements.
Technically, I think
I don't know if that
force
would count or
damage is not in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Okay, never mind.
Let me check for you.
That would have been cool. If
It's
you just
not. It's
absorbed
yeah.
the
It's
Eldritch
water, ice, or acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
Okay, so it specifically doesn't say force.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
That would be
Resistance. If the spell captures some of the incoming essence, blah blah blah. Think. Oh, you might want to look it over just in
Let me
case.
see. Okay. Spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening the effect. Da-da-da-da. You have a resistance to the triggering damage type. Huh. Okay, hold on. Absorb elements force damage. I can't tell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know.
I just want to make sure that we get it right.
Oh wait! I thought when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. I see
Okay.
it. We're good. We're good.
Okay,
Yep.
so you do not get to absorb it, but you do kind of push against. But you do push him back. That is your action. Do you want to move and or have any bonus actions you can use?
Oh, I can move? I kind of want to, like, make some distance between me and Sakudo. I know the others are gravely injured, but I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. You can totally.
But I know they're pissed off, but I feel like I can still get them on my side and have them, sacrifice themselves to my cause.
Okay. All right. Where do you want to go?
The question is, he still disguised?
Ooh, you need to roll a con
yeah, you're
saving
right.
throw.
You do need to roll a con saving throw because that was the first time you got attacked. So go ahead and roll a con saving throw to
yeah.
see if you can hold it up.
Whoa.
Alright,
Drop, please.
24.
You're good.
Okay, he still got it.
All right. So where do you want to move?
Let's move. I don't know. I don't want to back myself into a corner either. This is problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, like, more so to the right. Like,
This way?
Right to... Yeah.
Okay.
Which
like maybe
Duergar's
one
dead?
square up.
Yeah. This Durgar right here is dead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright,
So
let me...
you want to go ahead and move this way?
Yeah.
And it's
right
difficult
past
You are
Martin's
in.
corpse.
It is difficult terrain.
So
yes.
instead of 5, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get right there.
All
Does
right.
Sakudo get an attack of opportunity?
Nope, because he held his action to attack the other Durgar. So no,
Okay.
he does not. Because he used his
That will be
reaction.
for later.
So, with that, unless you have a bonus action, that will be the end of your turn.
All right.
All right.
So bonus actions. What could I possibly use here?
Let's see. Do you have any bonus actions?
2-weapon fighting, and that's all I see.
Let me see.
Bonus action. Yeah, that's all he's got. Bonus action, 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, when you take the attack action with attack with a... Okay, so you would have had to use an attack. Okay, so no. You don't have anything then.
All right.
So yeah, that's your go there. And Sakudo, it is your turn. You're currently pinned between two Durgar.
Okay.
But Amadeus is standing over there in his Durgar form, kind of just smiling.
I use the psionic whispers to ask Volstag, please look after Quellen. And then I will proceed to stab the Durgar in front and behind me.
All right, go ahead and make your first attack against the Durgar in the front.
So that'll be the one that is in between me and Volstag that I'm attacking first.
Yes.
Okay. That's a 12 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Guidance, because I still have that.
That
You
only
don't.
lasts a minute.
Do I not?
Yes.
Oh,
And
does
that was
it?
and that was also
It's a concentration, yeah.
and
like,
that was
I dropped that a
also-
long
that was
time
the
ago.
last day.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Oh, I thought that was today. Okay.
No, yeah.
Am I able to use my
I believe you can-
Cybolted Knack?
I believe you can use Cybolstered Knack on that, right? I think it says.
Okay.
I think it says like if you fail an
Using a
attack-
skill or tool with which you have proficiency.
Ooh. Okay. Let me
Ooh.
see. Cybolstered Knack. We're learning a lot today. Cybolstered Knack on attacks. Thank you, the world. Uh-oh, this doesn't seem as cut as dry as I thought.
Because would you say I have proficiency with daggers?
I would say yes, but it says skill, which leads
Skill
me...
or tool? Is tools
Hmm.
just like the disguise kit, poisons kit, thieves' tools?
Maybe. But I don't know.
Because I believe I have used it for the daggers before.
Have you?
Maybe. I know I get that ability later on.
It seems that
So-
nobody seems to have any ruling on it, so I'll go ahead and say yes.
Okay.
Because I
so
don't
that'll
see
be-
I don't see why not.
That'll be a D8 then. 13.
That will not hit. But that also means that it doesn't get expended, right?
Yeah, it doesn't get expended.
So you still have it, it didn't help. But if it helps, then it gets expended.
Mm-hmm. Right. Then I'm just going to whip around and hit the other one then.
Okay. I have a thing right here that says, is an attack a check or only similar to a check? No, an attack
it
is
doesn't
not a check.
It doesn't really matter because I missed
Yeah,
either
you missed
way.
it. I think I would rule that it's okay.
Okay. This one hits.
Yeah, you're good there.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh.
9. Yeah, that creature's hella dead. How do you want to kill it?
Psychic blade right to the side of the skull.
Okay.
And just slam it into the floor.
Just kind of crack it down. It kind of cracks underneath the pressure.
Yeah.
That one
And
is
I would like to-
dead.
Ooh, I would like to stand up and stare directly at Amadeus, eyes glowing red.
All right. Do you wish to move?
No. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. It is now the last Duragar's turn. And you watch as he takes the war pick and slams it down at his feet. And you watch as he doubles in size
Shit.
and is going
Hold on, what?
to make an attack against you.
Hmm?
So let's see. He is casting the enlarge spell on himself. So yeah, so he is now large. I'm not going to change it, but he's large now and is going to make attacks on you. That's a
Okay.
natural 20.
Oh no!
Shit.
That's a natural 20.
Let's go.
And because of his increased size, his damage goes up. So that is 4, 3.
You still
As
got
long
that
as it's-
uncanny dodge?
What is that? That's
I know.
so 7 doubled to 14 plus 2 is 16.
Half that uncanny dodge.
Okay.
8.
Also, is uncanny dodge your reaction?
Yes, reaction.
Technically, you wouldn't have been able to uncanny dodge the first time you did it
Is it because I held my action?
because you held your action and then attacked. So I don't know how much damage you negated. I think it was 4, right? Or was it 5? Because it was 9.
It was. Yeah, it was 9 damage, so
So-
I'll just do an extra 4 damage.
So give yourself an
Okay,
extra 4 damage on that.
Okay.
And then you can uncanny dash
Okay.
that to what? 8?
Yeah, I've already done. Yeah.
Because it was, yeah, okay. And that's it. That's all it can do. Which leads it to Volstag, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna run up 30 feet and cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level. So I'm just charging up and just clap my hands together,
Okay.
straight at Amadeus.
Okay, 30 feet, you said?
Yes,
1, 2,
all my
3,
movement should put me
4,
right at the
5,
edge of the train.
6, right there. Boom. And then it's a cube around him?
It's a 15-foot cube straight in front of me. For
It's not gonna reach.
10, 15. No, it's not going to reach. 5.
no,
10,
no,
15.
it's a 15-foot cube.
Oh,
Like-
Can you
okay.
place it? Or does it say a 15-foot cube straight in front of you?
Wait, hold on. A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube. Oh shit, it is. I'm not close enough. Never mind.
Ooh.
Not doing that one.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't do something that wasn't going to work.
I read that wrong. Ice knife at 3rd level.
Okay, you run at this incredible speed and just throw your hand out and kind of like almost as if it's coming under your cloak and out from your wrist like a scorpion blade. Just the ice knife goes and starts to shoot towards him. So it's an attack roll, right?
It is, yes. And it's a +7 to hit, so let me roll that. It's 15.
What's your armor class, Amadeus?
14.
All right, so that's gonna hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Don't forget the con saving throw, Amadeus.
Yep.
Why did that cast it? Cast it twice. Yeah, weird. Yes. 2nd level.
Didn't you say 3rd?
You said 3rd, I think.
Oh, no, I can't cast that 2nd. I meant 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I meant 2nd. Damn.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the damage for it.
Wait, I'm confused. Higher level. Oh, the cold damage is increased. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 1d10 piercing.
Okay. So you take 9 points of
9.
damage.
And then he's going to take... it's going to hit him and explode, and he'll take 3d6 of cold damage.
Okay, so go ahead and do the 10, or what was it, 9?
Would it be 4 because it's 2nd level, or would it be 3?
It's only 1 extra d6
So
per level.
go ahead and make, I believe it's a dexterity saving throw, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to see how much of the ice damage you take.
That's on me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So what do I roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you roll the damage for the cold.
Oh, 3.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so you're gonna,
Oh, he's going to take all of it.
he's going to take all of it, yeah.
Good.
God, then. So I'm taking 9 plus.
Plus-
Yes.
Whatever's coming up.
Oh, no.
9.
Also,
Oh,
18.
no.
Also, I forgot to mention this. Where is it? Dark One's Blessing. When you reduce a creature's HP to 0, you gain 10 temporary HP. You did reduce Quellen to 0 HP. So you do have 10 temporary HP.
Oh, no, I had 4 health!
Oh,
It
beautiful.
was a weak wolf that was recovering due to malnutrition and other shit.
Wait, you're on 8?
After that, but temp would put me to 18, right?
Yes. Because you have 10
You
temp.
That.
Full health 37.
All right.
All right. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and bonus action healing word Sakudo again.
Okay.
And I'll just be like, "We're taking him down. I need you."
All right. You
So
feel him with that life essence. Go ahead and roll for the healing.
there's 10. That's as much as I can heal you
Nice.
at
Very
second
good.
level.
All right. So with that, Volstag, that is.
Oh no, it's
your-
not as much. I get you 12.
That's your
But,
turn.
yeah,
Amadeus.
that's my turn. Yeah.
Oh
Amadeus.
my goodness. I thought y'all would see it my way. But are these too close enough to where I can use slow?
What is Slow's range again?
You are not running. No.
Let me check Slow.
40 feet cube. That can get all of
Yeah,
us.
40 feet cube is gonna get him for sure. Which looks like so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna get him, so we'll just do that.
All right.
Does that
The 40-foot
half
cube?
speed?
There we go. Boom. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So yeah, it's gonna get them. It's also gonna get the dwarf, but you know.
Yeah,
shit-
casualty, whatever.
Shit happens. All right.
So
So
I do them.
so go ahead.
A wisdom save? Oh no.
Yeah. So you go ahead and cast slow on them. Go ahead, everybody, make a wisdom
I
save.
just click use.
Oh, it's a wisdom save.
23 for
23.
Volstag.
8. That was so close to a nat 20.
Okay, so you fail, Sakudo, and the dwarf surprisingly succeeds.
Oh shit.
17.
Attaboy, Dwarfy. Attaboy.
All right, so as he basically puts his hand out, and this area that you guys are all in, it seems that time begins to slow and swirl. But Volstag, you, out of pure frustration, push through it and kind of rip through it with your hand. Sakudo, you kind of succumb to the reality of what's going on, and you are trapped. So, what happens now for you is that your speed is halved. You take a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. You can't use reactions. And on your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action and not both. You have been severely handicapped. So, with that, Amadeus, you have your movement still. What would you like to do?
So I still get to use Eldritch Blast.
No,
Best
that was
move in the game.
That was your attack.
All right, so I get to move. That's good. I maybe position myself a little bit closer, but still keeping my distance. Just like one up diagonally to the left,
Okay.
just so I get a good vantage of like both of them.
So like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. With that, Sakudo, it's your turn. You feel sluggish and weak, but you're still filled with anger.
Okay. Right. So, I just want to ask.
Okay.
The dash action gives me an extra 35 feet of movement, correct?
Yes, so if you were to move, like in a normal instance, you could move 35 feet and then use your bonus action because of cunning action or whatever
Yeah.
to move, yes. But you can only use a bonus action or an action on this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I'm in difficult terrain and because I'm slow, that's going to mean moving what would be 5 feet
So-
would be 20 feet,
So
correct?
right now, with 35, you only have 15. Or 20, because it rounds up. You have 20.
Mhm.
But each square is 10 to move. So you're going to move 2 whole spaces.
2 whole spaces. Okay.
But you could use your action to dash, or you could use your bonus action to dash.
It doesn't really affect it, though, does
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it? Okay. I use my psionic whispers to tell Volstag. Actually, no. I'll just say this out loud. Kill that thing. Amadeus is mine.
All right.
And I will try to move right as much as I can
Okay.
using the bonus action dash.
So you have 20, and then another 20. So collectively, So
40.
what's 35 doubled? 70?
70, yes.
So half would be. Well, we can half that to 35. So, boom, you got 10.
I've got my normal movement speed.
10 right here.
Yeah.
20 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 30 to get there or there. Your choice.
I'll go lower down.
Okay. And there you go. So you do have another 5, technically. So you could even get over here.
But I could get behind him?
Yeah, technically.
Oh, yes, I'm getting behind him.
Okay.
Shit.
That does it, though, for your turn, I believe.
And when I'm behind him, I'll just say, "You cannot run. Do not make me say that again."
All right. So, this Duragar, noticing that his enemy has left, is going to...
he would get an attack.
Oh,
would he get an attack
you're
of
right.
opportunity?
He does get an attack of
would.
opportunity. All right, here we go. Attack of opportunity in his enlarged form. Bada bing, bada
Because he
boom.
would have.
Natural 1.
Oh, if he failed.
All right, cool.
Just while I'm walking to it, just heavily moving my feet and stomping on the ground, just eyes locked with him.
Yeah, he just is like, yeah, I'm good. But he's going to turn around and smack Volstag upside the head with a... Oh, yeah. 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expected as much. And we got... Ooh, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
As he smacks you upside the rib cage. You kind of get cracked into the rock that you're standing next to, and you kind of feel your shoulder dislocate, but you pop it back into place. And with that, he's just going to move up here. And it's now your turn.
So he's big, but how big is he now?
He's large, so he's about as big as when you turn into a bear.
Okay, so he's not medium.
I mean, he's gonna die to like the tiniest thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking here. How big is Amadeus?
He's medium. He's just portly. You wouldn't kill a fat guy, would you?
Are you sure?
I'm go ahead and bonus action wild shape into a giant toad.
Okay. Toad stag. Okay. I know exactly
I'm going
what
to
you're doing.
use my
Oh, what
standing
the
leap
fuck?
to leap to him,
Okay.
which that's just an ability I have.
That's your movement, I believe.
Yeah, that'll be
How
my
far
movement.
how far can you leap?
I can jump 20 feet.
5,
So that should
10,
put me
15, 20. It'll put you right there.
Yeah,
But
which is
you can
in
attack him.
attack range.
Do you take damage when you enter this rough terrain?
I don't believe so. I can double check here.
I don't think you would.
Okay.
Additionally, the ground. Nope.
Okay. All right. You have used your movement to be right there.
I'm gonna swallow him.
What the fuck?
Giggity? Giggity? Question mark? All right. What is it? What do you have to do?
Hold on. I clicked off of it. Let me get back to it. Okay, so the toad makes one bite attack against the medium or small creature. If the attack hits, the target is swallowed, and the swallowed target is blinded and restrained, and takes 10 3d6 of acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns.
Okay, but at the start of each of its turns. So
Yeah,
the
so, but-
it wouldn't activate until the next turn you got.
Right. So I make a bite attack,
Okay.
I guess, and
So go
if
ahead.
it is successful, I swallow.
Okay,
him.
go ahead and make that bite attack then.
All right, so this is a d20 plus 4. 15, 19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so what is it? It is, oh my god, so it is 1d10 plus 2 of piercing damage plus 5. Okay.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot to have to
Yeah,
work with.
1d10 plus 2.
So roll that first. Oh my god.
12 points of damage
Okay.
plus 1. Okay, so plus 1d10 of poison.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Okay. So that's what, 19 points of damage total?
Yeah.
All right. What does that bring you down to, Amadeus?
I think I
Brings
killed
me
him.
down to -1.
Okay.
No, you have the temporary hit points.
Oh.
That was with the temporary hit points, I think,
It
wasn't it?
Was it?
Was it?
Yeah, he only had 18
no.
left.
I
Oh,
thought you had
shit.
18 normal and then 10 temporary.
I thought so too.
Yeah, because you didn't go down to 8 from 2 attacks. So I'm pretty sure you were on 18 with 10.
I'm not even sure at this point.
Me neither.
I was pretty sure he only had 18
Yeah.
left.
I think
I'm-
it's 18 left.
I was doing the maths earlier. I'm pretty sure he had 18. Because I do keep an eye on people's HP. Because
I mean,
you were the only one who attacked him, right?
Well, can't-
Volstag?
yeah, and I did a shit ton
Well,
of damage.
can't we just hark back to the game log?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So he took 11 from the erupting earth because he succeeded on the save.
That's
and
true.
you also... What was the second attack you did?
He hit him with an ice
took-
knife.
Ice knife. So 9?
I did 18 with the ice knife.
18 alone with the ice knife?
18 total with
Yeah, because
18
he rolled
extra
2
damage.
9s.
So calculator. Let's just
So
quickly do this.
11 plus 18 plus what just happened now, which is 19.
29 plus 19. 48. So if we do 30.
He's only got 37. He's at -1.
48.
And 10. Yeah.
Yeah, he is at
He's at
-1.
-1.
Okay.
All right, so you go ahead and you bite into him. And you begin to like swallow him, and as he begins to reach the stomach acid of your poisonous form, you spit him out onto the ground. And you watch as he begins to, like, his skin is bubbling and burning. And you watch as he's just okay. What? Make a Constitution saving throw for the form.
Me?
No, for his Duragar form.
Oh.
I
Unless
think it would drop if he went unconscious.
Unless you'd like to drop it here. Well, he's not unconscious just yet.
Oh.
But we can say that it drops, and you are laying on your back, skin bubbling and burning, kind of cuts on your face, and you kind of are holding your chest as you lay there looking up at these two.
Damn. That ain't fucking pretty. Let me just say. So I'm in my final moments right now.
Yeah.
This is it. Well, shit. I do have some things to say. Obviously, I'm struggling to say them. I look to Sakudo. You wouldn't understand how I feel. Trying to bring someone back because you're soulless. Then I turn to Volstag. But you... I know you know exactly how I feel. And I want you to see firsthand what you took from me. I used disguised self once again in my dying moments. And I recall the painting that Volstag looked at in the cellar of his home. I take the image of Hogun in my dying moments. I melt, I wither away, all as Hogun, staring Volstag directly in the eye.
As he's like withering away, can I just fucking finish my swallow attack and eat his ass?
Sure.
All right. You just see the fucking tongue flick out. Swallow him.
And you watch as you grab him right on the face, and it almost takes the flesh off. And as you try to pull him in, you watch as his body and everything in his possession begins to flutter away into ash. You watch as it almost looks as if fire is curling up against his body and bringing him into the earth. And as you grasp onto the face, you pull back, and before you can get it into your mouth, all of that just into dust. And you watch as his body just fades away into nothingness. and you're looking down at a pile of ash with the bodies of mushroom creatures and Quellen over in the corner, limp and lifeless. And that's where we're going to end this episode. So, thank you, Renny, for a beautiful performance of the likes of which I have never seen before in a game of D&D in my entire life.
Thank you.
The long
Thank
con,
you guys.
that was, I think that I can speak for everybody when I say that was excellently done. And it's a shame that it had to end this way, but the story that was told along the way was fantastic. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being the artist of the show. That's always the one thing. Thank you guys for being here as well as you always are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a doozy, a much longer one. We're pushing 2 hours 30. Sorry for that, but it's an eventful one. But yeah, we hope you guys are staying safe. We love you guys. Enjoy your squirt sticks, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.